It's King talk, like it's a King
Bau.
I think, you know, Alpha King, Nima, King Bau, it's a mindset, bro. He's starting to take over the internet. He's a Renaissance man, writer, musician, artist, you know, great speaker.
I'll take that.
You know,
Grateful.
King Bau.
Yeah. King Bau.
Wants to finish this fight.
He's hammering him, man. Little killer instinct coming out there. Oh, done.
Over and out.
Well, he proved.
What do you think about the men that in music and fashion that behave like women?
But hear me out. Hold up. Let's talk about what behaving like a woman is, and let's talk about, you know, expressing yourself, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, I danced for a little bit. You know, I was a male, what some people would consider a male dancer. And the reason I did that wasn't necessarily for the money. I mean, I was, because I was kind of struggling.
A strip club?
No, like, yes, but also like private, you know, with a group. Like I had a little group.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So you qualified to win.
So
Yeah.
the reason I did it
Yeah.
was because at one point in time, I was one of the most insecure people that you could have ever been around. I had women who would look at me and be like, wow, and some of the baddest women, right? Yeah. But I might not necessarily be able to see what they're looking at. You understand? The mirror is how I became everything that I am, learning how to love myself, because I had to look in the mirror and go, I had to find it. So dancing for me was me conquering my biggest fears. I've done a lot of things, he knows, some of the things I've done. I've done a lot of things to conquer fear. My biggest fear was getting up in front of a crowd full of women and dancing. Being vulnerable. Dancing in front of people? That's you want to talk about singing, or you want to talk about speaking in front of people? Get up right now in front of a crowd and shamelessly, confidently. A lot of people can do it. A lot of people can't do it. And for me, it was always like something I wanted to give to myself as an experience to conquer to the fear, to see why, like, because it was genuine. Like when the women are excited and they, it was like, oh, it's just like, I can see it. And now in my mind, it would register like, wow, they really with me.
What's the one thing you learned about women from dancing in front of them?
I learned that everybody is a subconscious creature down to their core. You can see all. When I danced, I made more women cry dancing than them listening to my music. Like personally, I would have women come up to me afterwards and say, "I'm just so thank you," because it wasn't sexual. What I'm doing with them isn't sexual in some degree, right? I'm not hard. I'm not looking or desiring anything out of the interaction. I'm there to share energy. That's what people are paying you for. And this is what I realized long ago. People are paying you for your energy, your time and your energy. That is the value that you provide. So dancing for me was for me to almost like make peace with a fear for myself and get over an insecurity. Because at one point in time, I'm like, why the am I still insecure? Why? I know I'm dope. Why am I insecure about anything? Right? So for me, it was, I solidified that belief. I only did it for about 1.5 years and then I was out. I'm done. Why? Because I don't need anything more. A lot of my pictures, even if you see, I don't have a lot of shirtless pictures up anymore. Why? I don't need the validation. If you're going to see me without my shirt off a lot of the times now, you're going to pay me for it. Like me fighting. Everybody goes crazy for the gold shorts now. Right? Yeah. Because I don't need that validation. I know I'm good looking. I know I'm dope. I know I'm attractive. I'm confident. I don't need to. I'm over it.
He says things, he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. He says something fabulous and he goes, yo, no, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What are you talking about? When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. Like, when you see Jadakiss put his head down, like, while we stuck here right now, and the cameras is rolling. Everybody see. Don't make like it's just me, man. Fluffy do some like a little fluffy stuff.
Now
going
you guys-
on. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago. He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You gonna make me mess up the wedding. Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
I asked 50 about that. And he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy. I don't have no beef with Fifth. He loves me. Y'all can't see that he loves me?
But see,
You really, hold on, you really think that's hate? You know he loves me.
I don't think he like it.
You know he loves me.
I don't think. What'd you think about Drake putting fingernail on his, nail polish?
Nail polish. I mean, I don't.
Would you ever do something like that?
I mean, I wore nail polish on my feet, but like black nail polish, but that was for warding. Again, everything has an intention behind it. Like it was, when I did it, the manicure is to open up the root chakra, the soles in your feet, some of the most important places on the body. A lot of people don't know. Everything, your feet are everything. You should be grounding every day. You should be going outside, putting your feet in the grass or the sand or putting it on Mother Earth. Why? Because that's where all of the energy comes from. And if you look at all magic is intention. Yeah. So if I put black on my toenails, black, the color of black, a lot of the times in esoteric, it would be a warding. So I'm preparing for battle. I'm getting ready, right? So that's why I would do manicures before like fights, and I would if I did put toenail polish on, that would be the reason. I don't give a though about those guys, and the reason I bring that up is because I don't give a what another man does, but I don't think a lot of these men are men.
Do you feel responsible as a role model to younger
Yes,
guys?
that is why I'm King Bau. That is why I do everything that I do, because I have sons that are watching me and I want them to see daddy's example. I can't just talk anymore. My children are what inspire me to be the best that I can be. I don't want them to look at me and see insecurity. That's the worst thing that you could pass on to your children. That's why I conquer all the fears. Oh, do you think dancing sets a good example? Do you think? I set my example. I conquer every fear. I've conquered fears that many people have not conquered in their own life, so how could you ever speak on me? I don't know why some people choose to do what they do, but as long as you do it from a place of trying to better yourself, I have no problem with it. It's when that you try to hurt people or take advantage of people or kids, because that's what that is, corrupting innocent souls. I have a problem with that. So if you are part of a label, a big artist, and you're part of a label and you're trying to corrupt souls, I can't stand for that. I can't have that, because I have children watching. And instead of seeing your example, I'm going to become so big that all they can see is mine. A Drake, a 21 Savage, and I'm not saying oh fuck you guys.
But you wouldn't wear like a woman's handbag on an advertisement.
I used to wear a dress when I danced. It was an outfit, a fucking African dress with the fucking beads, like the big ass beads that came out. You know what I mean? But
that's your culture.
Costume or whatever.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you can be
too, man, the context.
If
It's
you
like
can be
confident, an Irishman wearing a skirt, but those guys are hard. Some of those
Bingo, Braveheart. Yes,
Yeah,
the
they're
samurai
hard.
wore
Scottish.
kimonos.
Yeah.
The samurai, they wore dresses. So that's why it's just like, okay, we have to. Everything is contextual. When you're again, it's intention.
Yeah.
Why are you doing it? If you're doing it to fit in a trend, I don't do things to fit in trends. Yeah. Everything that we have done has been against the culture.
Like you wouldn't do a Fendi commercial wearing.
No, I don't need it.
Dress.
I don't need a Fendi. I don't need Fendi. I don't need Louis. I am not wearing anything special.
Like, you wouldn't be the sort of guy that would, for example, take his clothes off and wear a dress in front of a gay photographer.
I have modeled before too. So like here's the thing, man. I am a Gemini. So I am all polarity. I'm completely right and I'm completely left. I don't give a if you're a gay dude. I don't give a if you're a gay dude, right? I don't need it though. I'm not a gay dude, right?
Yeah.
Do that over here, right? You ain't gotta, I have gay friends. You would never know they're gay, right? Yeah. They don't try to come on to me. They don't, whatever. Respect to you. I just did Conservative Ants podcast. Conservative Ants, one of my good friends here out in Miami. Biggest gay creator in the right wing community, right? No problems. I think he's a hero in his own regard, right? It's not about the identities, bro. It's about the intention behind what you do. If you're a shitty person, we have people in the government right now who, and behind the scenes, they're kids.
Yeah, that's up.
Do they have to wear a dress? We're not even questioning them. We're not questioning, are they gay? No, you see what I'm saying? We're not even going there. It doesn't matter what the outside appearance is. Watch this, bro. This is what I'm saying. If I know in another life I was probably a serial killer. Okay? Right? I know in one life I was probably, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was probably out there, right? If I was, or if I was in this lifetime.
Yeah.
And I came up to you and I friended you, right? Yeah, right? If I came up to you and I friended you and I said, hey, how you doing, man? Yeah. Good to meet you. Yeah. You sat with me now for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a different person, wasn't it? Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Joel, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
You didn't know there I could have been a serial killer. No, you had no fucking idea. Because it's how I'm framing everything. We have to be able, the reason why I do what I do is everything is against the illusion. Everything is against the illusion. You see, all these politicians can frame a certain way what success is, or what innocence looks like. Or all these actors in Hollywood can be like, oh, we're successful, we're this thing. This is what designer is. This is what's trendy. This is what you should be doing. And I'm telling people, don't ever fucking take my example. I do things for me. I don't know what you need to do to become the successful person that you need to be in your mind. I know what I had to do to get to where I am to level up.
I feel like with you, what bothers you the most is when adults take advantage of kids.
Yeah,
You're pretty vocal about it, man. Like
yeah.
That's the one thing that you feel passionate about this subject.
Well, I was once a child that was taken advantage of, and I don't want this to get clipped and soundbited, and I have allowed myself in many situations to not know my worth. And when you don't know your worth, what happens? Somebody else will take advantage of it. You ever had someone maybe sell you short on a service that you were trying to provide, or value that you were trying to provide, and they didn't necessarily maybe pay you what you thought you were worth? Or you had a girl or a relationship end a certain way and you didn't feel like you got the value out that you put into it? I, at one point in time, did not know my worth. So I was able to get taken advantage of. And I think that is the worst thing. That's why I talk openly about the subconscious mind. That's why I talk openly about hypnosis. That's why I talk openly about what the is happening in the world. Why? Because I want to educate. We just talked about books, bro. Yeah. Why? I had an Audible. I probably can't say this out loud. Who gives a f? At one point in time, I had hundreds of people on my Audible in my network marketing team because everybody was sharing my little fucking passcode, right? And I would log thousands of hours. And what I made people do if they wanted to work with me, they had to read books. You're not coming to me with a stupid question that this book can answer. You're listening to, and I know a lot of people thought I was an asshole back then, but there's a reason why I did it. Because I had to do what I did. I read the book and then I gained knowledge. And I want you to have the same breakthrough and epiphany that I had when I listened to the book.
On your phone right now, do you have Audible?
Yeah.
What's the last one? What's the one you're listening to now?
I haven't listened to a book in a long time. And again, it's because I believe that when you're living your life actively and intentionally, and you're living from a place of conscious awareness, you notice the magic and the beauty in life at all points in time of experience. So if experience is wisdom and now is everything, they say the now is everything, and I'm consciously living my life through the now, then I'm being given all of the wisdom that I need now. A lot of my tweets that I have tweeted in the past, a Like the brilliant tweets, they'll come from me just living my daily experience. You ask me where the originality comes from. I don't want to talk about what anybody else has talked about. I don't want to talk how anybody else has talked. I'm my own fucking person. Why the fuck would I want to copy what people do? That's why I can't listen to the Hollywood bullshit music. Why? Because you don't know who is who. I wouldn't know who. I don't know who Little Baby is. I know who Little Baby is. Don't know who Little Baby is. If you played it right now, would not be able to tell you who it is.
You drink alcohol?
Do I drink? No, I don't really like it because, again, it's alcohol and you're inviting spirits in, and I don't. It's a depressant and it like brings your frequency down, and I don't need to bring my frequency down. I need to chill out. That's why I'll indulge in marijuana.
You get your blood, urine, stool tested and everything?
I don't need to because I know what optimal is for me. I know when I'm not optimal. I know my body. If you don't know, that's the thing. Most people don't know their body because they've never been optimal.
Well, will you get a colonoscopy when you turn 40, 45?
I mean, yeah, but I would just tell people right now, do oil pulls and do coffee enemas. Fucking do coffee enemas. Put a little bit of cayenne pepper in there if you want a little kick. Just don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. And if it's your first one, don't add the cayenne pepper. Get used to it. Build yourself up to the cayenne pepper because the cayenne pepper is gonna hit, yo.
Do you ever do fasting?
Yeah, absolutely.
How long?
Normally like 3 days, but I'd plan on doing a 7-day one.
Just water?
A lot of people are gonna like me saying this, but I'll do a dry fast before every fight. A lot of the times. I'll do a dry fast where I don't eat or drink for 3 days. Yeah.
And you train in those last 3 days?
No, I'm chilling. Not doing shit. I'm letting the weight come off naturally, and I'm doing a fast, and I'm resetting the system. Now, some people say, oh, you don't drink water. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's my response.
Do you do 16-hour fast?
So intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll do that as well.
18, 20.
I mean, it just depends. Hear me out. I think that when you go through life, I think that you have to. Do I do intermittent fasting every day? No.
No.
Do I fast once a month? Sometimes. Do I fast twice a month? Sometimes. But I think it's all about how your body feels. Right now, I feel optimal. I've been resting the last 3 weeks. I've worked out maybe 2 or 3 times, but I still feel great. But I'm taking energy and I'm transmitting it in another place. If you come to the studio and you work for 7 hours, 8 hours, how exhausted are we after we're done here? Absolutely. We're exhausted. It's a different type of energy. You burn just as much energy using your brain doing high-level activity, like high-level chess masters.
As a, you know, I mean, you're definitely like, no doubt about it, like alpha male, Sigma. I could see that inside of you. So I'm curious, like.
We have a song called Sigma.
Sigma? Yeah, I would say Sigma. You know, like, would you consider yourself a vegan?
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Balance. Everything is balance, bro. See, this is what I'm trying to say.
Or carnivore?
Right?
Yeah.
No, I would say I'm
vegan?
more. I would say I'm more vegan. But watch, I will only eat if I'm going to eat meat. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild game. I'm not eating no bullshit from the store that was made in a factory farm when the cow's sitting there just moo in their own shit, rotating in a small pen, just doing nothing. I'm not eating that bullshit.
How do you get protein?
Chickpeas, pistachios. I live off of pistachios, baby. Pistachios.
Lentil?
No, I try to stay away from legumes. But chickpeas, and nuts. Walnuts, pistachios. I devour pistachios, bro. I don't know why more people don't like pistachios.
My parents came from Iran. Yeah. So in Iran, pistachio is very popular.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, pistachios are fucking incredible, bro. Like pistachios are. So hear me out. Yeah. I don't agree. I mean, if you want to talk about vegan and all this stuff, I do agree also that there is some ethics to some of these animals, like in factory farms. Like, it's just like, it's not necessarily humane conditions, but if my buddy goes out and he shoots that elk and he prays over it and he blesses it and he went out and hunted. We are hunters, bro. You understand?
Yeah.
If I catch a fish or the fish gets caught, a fish, yeah, sushi. I love sushi.
You've hunted before?
Yes, I grew up on a farm. I was the only African American in a small community of Norwegians. I grew up on a farm. I raised chickens.
What's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying this episode. Please do me a favor to like, share, and subscribe to this
I know
channel.
what real chicken meat is supposed to taste like. Ain't the bullshit that people are eating today.
What sort of guns you like?
So right now I have a kind of like a tactical shotgun. I have a 9mm. I'm about to get, a nice little AR set up. But yeah, I just
When you go hunting?
what?
When you go hunting?
I don't hunt
No.
much anymore.
When you did?
Yeah, but
What was
what I'm
your
saying is
go-to? What was your
what I'm saying is I will eat meat from hunters that I know. If you eat a wild elk, bro, this elk was
Yeah.
running around the forest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was survive. It was dodging the wolves. It was dodging the coyotes. That mother is a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
That's a 1% elk. If I'm gonna eat something, if I gotta,
What would you eat it with?
I would just a little bit of maybe pink Himalayan salt. You know what I'm saying? Pink little Himalayan salt. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? But like, but that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, I will take that deer. Why? Because that's a healthful deer. A lot of people are eating. They're eating themselves, bro.
Yeah.
You ate the cow that was sitting around in its shit, standing around,
Yeah.
walking through its life, and then it gets to the end of its life and it got a nail gun in its head and it keels over. That was its life. What is more humane? I want to eat from something that has life in it, bro.
Yeah.
I want to eat something that has life in it. That ain't life. Most people, and this is an analogy for life, most people are doing the same thing every single day. Just doing the same thing. That's why they'll eat the processed bullshit. That's why they'll eat the cow and not give a fuck where it came from. Oh, it's meat. It's meat. Oh, you. You don't know what meat is. I grew up doing 600 chickens a year, bro.
Would you buy the meat from a farmer?
Yes.
Would you?
If I knew that farmer was doing the right things.
Would you drive an extra?
You know?
Well, how about this? Let's say there's a grocery store down the street,
Yeah.
and there's a farm
Local.
45 minutes away. Well, hold on. There's a farm 45 minutes away, but you can get animals that live in a way that was nice, and then they were murdered for you to eat for your consumption. But it's about 45 minutes away. Would you do that?
I would probably just try to find some chickpeas. Just sounds like too much motherfucking work when I can get some pistachios and some nuts and call it good, bro.
But would you be okay with if it was like a butcher in the countryside and you tuned?
Hear me out.
Local butcher. It's like a guy you know. You know the guy's name.
If I
It's
eat
his
meat,
family.
hey, watch this. I'll answer the question very simply for you.
Yeah.
I have consumed meat 3 or 4 times maybe, 3 or 4 times the past year. That's it.
Fish?
2 of those times I was here in Miami and it was fish. Well, I mean, actually, I probably ate fish 3 times this past year. I ate elk once this year because I had a girlfriend and her family gave me some to eat, and it was wild, and they shot it, and it was phenomenal. I made a stew out of it, right? But like, I look at it like this: it's balanced. The reason I do that is not necessarily the reason I do that. Watch. Yeah, hey, hold
Made
on.
a stew out of it?
Oh yeah, I made a fucking stew out of it, bro. Are you fucking kidding me? Absolutely.
You're a chef
For
too,
sure.
man.
Bro. I am, bro.
Oh, is there anything you not?
Is my cooking phenomenal?
Is there anything
My
you
cooking
don't
is
do,
phenomenal.
bro?
Bro, my cooking. The reason women love me is not just because of my looks. It's not just because of my hips.
man.
It's because I can cook my ass off. Yeah, no, I made a stew out of it. But the reason I say that is because it's inflammation. Meat causes inflammation.
Yeah.
I stay away from everything inflammation. I don't want to cause inflammation unnecessarily in my body. That's stupid to me. Yeah. To me, I don't. If you eat meat, cool. If you don't, cool. Leave me the alone. My energy is high. I also don't eat meat because it comes from a dead thing. I want to eat sprouts. Why do I want to eat sprouts? Because it's living food. I would rather eat something alive. Would I eat a fish alive? Would I do? Yeah, but then you also have to think, right? I don't want to eat. I would rather eat a elk that was killed humanely, clean shot through the heart, than have that elk maybe experience a life getting torn apart by wolves. Joe Rogan always plays this video of a moose getting eaten by a bear, right? Nobody wants to hear that shit. Me personally, I don't want to hear a bear eating an elk or the moose crying out for dear life. That sounds like some adrenochrome shit to me, right? There's motherfuckers that will torture children and then drink their blood of tortured children because it's adrenalized. What are these animals doing that are eating other animals alive? I'm going to let the animals have that system. If I can be optimal, not participating in that system that I feel is driven around fear and is also reason to hold people where they are because I believe people eat what they are. Again, we just talked about the chicken. We talk about the chickens. A lot of people are running up eating chickens and doing all this shit. A lot of the chickens that are eating today are bullshit. I know what real chickens are because I used to make them, right? I used to fucking raise them. Now they're growing full chickens to size in a couple of months, and it's just like, why? Because they're sticking them full of GMOs and all this other bullshit. Like, I don't want to eat that chicken. Why? Because it's not real.
You didn't grow up eating processed food.
I did. I did like a mother. I was eating all the cereal. I was a cereal whore. Yeah, I was a cereal whore. I was eating oatmeal cream pie cereal, vitamin D milk. I was unhealthy as my parents like. The reason I am the way that I am now is because I think I love my parents. They were doing the best with what they knew how. They're providing for me. They're making sure that I'm eating. But they don't have the knowledge on, at that time, artificial flavors, sweeteners, sugars, and preservatives being unhealthy for you.
Well, when you mentioned vitamin D, I'm on a regimen now where I get about 40 biomarkers checked on a quarterly basis.
Fire.
Yeah, and I'm a dark guy compared to my wife. My wife is German.
Yeah.
And for me, it takes me longer to get vitamin D. So
Interesting.
I started taking my shirt off, getting sunshine, try to get some grounding with my daughter.
Yep.
So she gets early from 1 year.
Perfect. Yep.
But I take a supplement just enough, about 1,000 IU, to get it to a healthy point.
Yeah.
As a dark skinned man, a lot of African Americans actually suffer from low vitamin D, insufficient vitamin D, deficiency in vitamin D, and that's very important. Do you take a supplement for vitamin D?
Go to savekids.myaloevea.com. Every time you take our incredible food technologies, we nourish and save children with those same technologies. And our goal is to get to 7 million children a year because that's how many are dying from malnutrition. So when you take our products and we get 3 million customers on this product line, we will effectively eradicate childhood malnutrition from the globe. So to answer your question, I take my company's products because we have the #1 food technology on the planet. Wow. So if you need nutrients, if you need that, well, we have what's called vitality that comes from fermented fruits and vegetables. And it allows your body to absorb them at a much higher rate and a faster rate. We do food technology that biohacks the body. So you ask me, how do you get your protein? How do you get your stuff?
Vitamin D.
Yeah, bingo. Well, hey, bro, if I take my shit, right? If I take all my products from Aloevea in the day, okay, well now I know, and I take my sea moss and I take my little fucking herb blend, bro, I'm good. Now it's just something. Okay.
You ever get your vitamin D checked?
I should. I mean, I could.
I would recommend it.
I could. But
I'm in my 40s, you're in your 30s. I'm just saying as a man to another man, get it checked early, man. Because I never knew I had it. I never knew I had a problem until I got checked.
So watch. Bingo.
I felt fine.
Hold on. Bingo.
Yeah.
So, you ever seen the movie Eat the Sun?
No. It's good?
Here we go. I'm going to break the internet.
Yeah.
There was a movie called Eat the Sun.
Yeah.
And it kind of is a movie that they use to try and debunk sun gazing. You familiar with the sun gazing?
Maybe.
Sun gazing is where you stare at the sun and you gain your nutrients because some people believe we are light beings. We are light body beings, meaning everything in this world and everything in this realm right now is on the what? The light spectrum. I'm seeing you right now and experience your energy because my eyes are putting together your light spectrum. You wore this shirt for a reason, you did this, you have that drink, that's a certain color, right? So, if we ground ourselves, the theory is, and we stare at the sun, we can gain all the nutrients that we absolutely would need to survive off of. And there's been many documented to have not eaten for years simply by staring at the sun. So this documentary was to try and highlight the practice of sun gazing and people doing it. And in the end, it's kind of an expose where they catch one of these gentlemen who's one of the, like, he's the head, oh, I haven't eaten in 50 years, or whatever it was. It's some bullshit. I haven't eaten. They catch him eating at a restaurant and they blow it up. Oh, we caught him eating. And it's just like, I look at it like this. In the movie, the gentleman that's doing the kind of the film, the lead guy, he's doing all this sun gazing. He's staring at the sun and he's becoming prideful. He's becoming prideful because he's doing the impossible. Sun gazing isn't that big of a fucking deal. We can all do it. People are just retarded. They've been told a lie. Don't stare at the sun. It'll make you go blind.
I'll tell you.
Told you that.
I'll tell you.
Other people did. I'm not telling you to do, hey, no health. This ain't health information.
Yeah.
This ain't, don't do whatever you believe is right. But anyway, so in the end of the movie, he goes and gets his eyes checked after the expose. The guy gets exposed, kind of fucking pokes a little hole in the thing, right? Pokes a little bit of hole in the belief. And then for whatever reason, he wants to go get his shit checked, his eyes checked. And he's prideful. What is the phrase? Pride cometh before the
Fall.
So he goes in, he gets his eyes checked. I'm going to ruin the movie for some of you. And the woman comes back. She's like, you have little circles on your eyes, and your eyes actually have been damaged from the sun. He'd been doing it for a couple months. He's sometimes not eating, right? He went for an extended period of time where he's not eating, not drinking, just staring at the sun, cocking off to his family. Pride cometh before the fall. For whatever reason, he was guided to go in, and he did, and then he was told what he didn't want to hear. I believe the only reason that happened was for his humbling. I believe it's all about what you believe. You say you should go and get checked. I believe I'm perfectly 100% physically evolving, growing, and adapting at every moment in time. And as I do what I do, because I know why I do it, meaning keep my inflammation low, pump myself full of stem cell and food technology, there's nothing that I cannot become. I am de-aging. I am actually getting younger. If you look at a picture of me when I was in college versus now, I look much younger. My skin is so much healthier. Why? Because I've also learned how to manage my stress. It's stress that ages us.
Yeah.
That is why you read the books. You read the books to learn how to deal with the stress, to then still perform at the level that you're supposed to manifest the result that you want. So, okay, well, I am manifesting the results that I want because I'm walking in the flow. So now I can take that energy and put it back into myself and what I want to become. That's mental transmutation.
There was a guy in New York, you might understand what this guy was doing. He would wait for sunset, and he would take his shirt off.
Yes.
He would go in the middle of the street.
Yep.
He would find the angle where the sun was coming. Manhattan,
Yeah.
filled with buildings.
Yes.
And he would do this.
That's what he's doing, bro. Yes. He's sun gazing.
Do you have a preference for women physically?
You know what I've
Big
learned?
ass,
You know what
thin.
you want to know what I've learned over the years?
Big tits.
Yeah, so over the years, what I've learned is that
Short, tall.
so I did at one point in time have a type, and it was what you just said. They were 5'1", 5'4", thick, big ass, all this shit, right? And over the years, what I've realized, bro, is like energy does not lie.
Yeah.
You can have all that and still have shit energy.
Facts.
And so as I've become older, it's like, and become a man, I now look for energy. If you can't stimulate my mind, you cannot get my hard. It works fine. Trust me. It works absolutely incredible. But if you have nothing to offer here, or I feel like you're energetically, I have had multiple opportunities to have with some incredibly beautiful women that I have walked away from because energetically they have had nothing to offer, and I'm not giving them my energy. You.
I'll tell you something, man. True story.
Yeah.
I had 2 girlfriends, fashion models in New York. Modeled in New York, Paris, London, Tokyo, whole nine. Vogue magazine models. In Vogue magazine, editorial.
Yeah.
And I've also had a girlfriend who became a doctor. and I have another one that had a graduate degree, worked as an investment banker in New York. So on both sides of that spectrum, incredibly aesthetically beautiful, thin, and also very beautiful, but highly educated.
Yeah.
Now, when I got married, I a bunch of models in New York when I was working as a nightclub promoter. But when I got married, the woman I wanted to marry was thick because I prefer thick. Middle Eastern guy, I don't know. Maybe I got it from my father. I just prefer, it's a personal preference. I prefer thick.
Yeah.
But I've been with thin models. And I would say that what made me want to marry my wife, when you talk about energy, is I never really, I have a loving mother, but I never had a certain sort of warmth from my mother. So you know what I did? I married a woman who had that warmth in her personality.
That was my first fiance. Yes.
And because I knew that no matter how much money I make, I want my daughter and my son to have that warmth.
Bingo.
I can't buy that. And I'll tell you, to this day, that was one of the best decisions I made, that I overlooked how she looked.
Talk about it.
You know, I used to
because
I'm thinking
Yes.
marriage. I'm thinking forever.
I used to get,
You know?
people would talk to me all the time, but man, you can always do so much better. But I feel like that was me and my heart guiding me to the right options.
I said, hold one more thing here.
Yeah.
Imagine it's 3 a.m. You got Junior. Junior screaming.
Bingo.
Do you want to have a beautiful woman, or she's very smart, but she got a bad attitude with your kid?
Facts, no.
But then hold on. 4 a.m. comes. You went back to sleep. 4:30, he screams again. 6 o'clock, he screams again. Now repeat that over 6 months, every single night or 3 nights a week. Exhausted, pissed off. What's your wife's attitude like towards your kid? What's your wife's attitude like towards you? What's she like with both of you?
Facts.
Now, if you got a woman that has a great attitude and she's warm and loving, I'm telling you, man, when no one's around and it's just you, your son, your daughter,
Yes.
you're in bed, it's your wife, you're all together. She's there, and it's an infant. Are you happy with a woman who's very beautiful but a nasty, or she's aesthetically beautiful but
Facts.
she's a lazy, dumb that doesn't want to cook or clean, but she got that ring, whatever the that Cardi B song. I mean, that's degeneracy on steroids. I would never. That's the girl that you would in your 20s and 30s for me.
Yep.
When you get married,
It's not about that.
you got kids. You got Junior. You got a daughter.
Yeah, so like, I have children, and
Oh, okay. Oh, so you understand?
yeah, you know,
what I'm saying?
I absolutely understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
Everything that
I
I
didn't
do
know
is
that.
everything I do is for my children.
Okay.
Right? But I'm not with the mother of my children, either of them. Right?
But you're dad.
But yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
How many kids you got?
5.
Shit, man.
I did a lot of very, very quickly. Yes, had 5 in 4 years.
Shit, man.
Yes,
That would explain
absolutely.
your maturity, man.
I've had 5 in 4
See,
years. yes,
now I'm
absolutely.
seeing why this man is like I'm like, hey,
Nothing
young
matters
guy
more
is
to
so
me.
mature, bro.
Nothing matters more to me than my children. I do everything that I do for them because they will see my example and they will be provided for. I am not with the mothers of my children, but I have ultimate respect for them, and I understand why, if we've ever had problems in the past, how they accrued. I can take full responsibility for my relationships and how things have happened. Part of the reason why I am the way that I am is because I've taken responsibility for my relationships and how I played a part in them. That is why I told you in the beginning, at one point in time, I did not know my worth. At one point in time, I would put up with things I didn't necessarily need to put up with because I didn't know how to hurt people. I didn't know how to let people down. You understand? So, or I would say yes to things that I probably didn't need to because I didn't know how to, I didn't have boundaries myself. So my journey is a journey of self-love, right? And everything I do is for my children. So when you talk about that, what I was going to say is I've had that before. I've had that, I've had that love before. I know what that love is. And whether or not I sabotaged it or it just wasn't meant to be and it was meant to show me what love was, that is the love that I look for in a woman now. If you can't bring that warmth, if you can't make me, if all you think that you have to do is show a little ass, I'm okay. Oh, so you just want to get okay. All right. Perfect. You don't want my heart? Oh, you're not doing everything that you're doing because you don't actually want my heart and my mind and me a certain way, or to value or bring value to you a certain way, or to value you a certain way. Okay. All right, let's play that game. I don't play that game anymore. I don't want to. You. You're a waste of my time. I know my value.
Well, you talk about like your self-worth. Men body shame women a lot, but women also body shame men a lot, often.
I don't want the loser.
But hold on, but it's overlooked.
Yeah.
A lot of women will complain to me that my was too big. And
Come on.
so that was something that I was never able to control.
Yeah, facts.
And they would body shame me, and I would feel awful about it because it was something I can't control. Now, to that fat who's eating Twinkies nonstop at night and then claiming victim to say, I'm being body shamed due to my weight,
Yeah.
I would say, suck it up, fat ass.
Yeah. Facts.
And there's a big distinction between a man with a big against his will against a woman who's eating too much ice cream.
Yeah.
Those are two unique things. That's actually, King talk. That's Alpha King rule number 511, which is stop complaining
Facts.
and get to the gym. And that's actually in my book, How to Not Be.
Love Love that.
So this is like King talk here. It's just,
Yes.
it's just, it's,
Yes.
it's important to have your self-worth. Man. The body shaming is real right now because you see in the advertisements. We're promoting obesity.
Well, watch. Why do I do what I do, bro? Why do I wear the gold shorts? Why do I wear the gold shorts? You want to know why I wear the gold shorts? Because they're attacking masculinity right now. They're attacking men who are beautiful and confident, not wanting us to be beautiful and confident. You. I know I'm attractive. I know I'm sexually desirable. I know I'm intellectually desirable. I know I'm emotionally desirable. I know I'm spiritually desirable. I know I am desirable. You are not going to tell me what I am, and you are not going to try to diminish what I am. I am here. I am undeniable. That is the fucking point. Accept it. You have to. I am forcing you to because I am. That's it.
Sassy man, you're talking about the masculinity, the war on masculinity. The sassy man apocalypse, which is basically the gay man apocalypse. And I say that with no disrespect to the gays because
I know what you're saying.
I got love for everybody.
Part of the agenda. It's part of the agenda. Watch. If you're a gay man, I have no problems with you. What I have issues with is you don't know your own doctrine, and the doctrine that was created to ultimately usher in. It's in the doctrine, yo. It's in the doctrine to over-sexualize children to get them to essentially open up to. It's out there. That's what all of this is being created around. So how they overthrow societies and cultures. This is how they do it. They make men weaker. At one point in time, we went to war. Yeah. Everything that I do in the back of my mind is I'm preparing for war. Thanks. I'm prepared to die at any moment because people forgot that that is what this whole shit is. If I had an army and I came in and I said, F you, I want your land, I think you're becoming a threat, we're going to end you now, or you can join us. What do you want? No? Kill everyone. If the cartel, who is running rampant in Albuquerque right now, decided that they wanted to run amok, I don't know who would be able to stop them. You want to know why they're effective? Is because they're people who have come together and who have a certain sense of understanding of how society actually works. Prison is real. Prison is the real world. Why? Because it's unfiltered, uninhibited, besides maybe the guards. But if the guards weren't there, how would that system be ran? If that hierarchy was there, it would be ran by who the baddest mother and how many other bad mother he could get around him to go, this is how we're going to do it. It's how it would happen. And everybody has forgot. You can get your car stolen. You can get stabbed in the street on New York. You can get fucking shot in Chicago just out walking. They forgot what the real world is because we've created this safe reality. This safe reality ain't safe at all. You just believe that you are. You're stuck in an illusion. You're not safe at all.
It is. To me, it's like a sassy man apocalypse, which is like a gay man apocalypse. And this group is proud of it. And I think that's nothing to actually be proud of.
I would say some are, some aren't.
But check this out. So, and I say that with no disrespect to the
of
gays.
course, of
I
course.
love everybody.
I say that's why I say
I
like
love
conservative
everybody.
ant, like people that are coming out and saying this is like he'll openly speak out against and the overly gay gays. Why? Because why are you pushing shit in people's face? I don't need to tell you how many women I'm begging. I don't need to show people my DMs. I don't need to do that type of dumb shit. You understand?
Yeah.
Nobody needs to know what you're doing behind closed doors. That's why it's going to be such a surprise when we take over everything. And people are going to be like, when people listen to the album now, it's so crazy how people just go, you want to know why? Because we're not in your face about it until we have to be.
Well, check this out here.
But it's not a fucking covert trying to get everybody gay so that,
Yeah.
you know, we don't repopulate agenda. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
well,
Intentions matter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Facts.
Intentions matter.
So what is the sassy man apocalypse? It's essentially a group of men that pride themselves in behaving like women.
Yeah.
Now, if you know a sassy man, chances are it's one of two things. One, they're a hidden gay, or two, they have a small penis.
Yeah.
Right? And that's actually Alpha King rule number 511.
There you go.
A real king treats his woman